Hey guys, how you going? You ever load into Rust and just have a look at the mainland and see all of its illustrious rivers, lovely monuments full of loot, and all the convenience that you get from the mainland, including resources, and did I mention monuments, airdrops? And then you just look at an island with almost none of that and think, I want to build on that this week. No? Well, I did, but that's mostly because I hate myself. But all jokes aside, I really wanted to build on an island this week, so I loaded into Rust, one of my favorite servers, Rusty Moose US Mondays, where I have most of the BPs, as you can see, and that was my sole intent. I was going to find an island, and I was going to build on it, and I found one pretty quick that I like the look of. It was north, just top left of the map, and it had some pretty good neighboring features: an underwater labs, a lighthouse, a fishing village, and an oil rig, and 2 rivers really close by it. I love the look of this, and off I went. So if you enjoy this video, ladies and gentlemen, please do leave a like. It really does help the channel. If you don't enjoy it, please leave a dislike. If you're new around here, I'd appreciate it if you consider subscribing. And if you have a moment, do leave a comment. It really does help the channel and boost me into the algorithm. Without further ado, enjoy the video, guys. Hey, how's everyone going? Hope you're alright. Hopefully, as Future Ben has explained, I have found a lovely island top of this map, top left actually, with a bunch of stuff around it, and my plan is to build there. I haven't done an island wipe in quite some time, and I just felt like doing it. I don't know, island life's pretty fun. You get to go in like the water and scan for resources, and it's surrounded by some good monuments actually, so this could be quite fun. But I'm going to make my way up there, try and get a base down quick as I can, and see how it goes. So I did just that. I wandered my way up north of the map and made it to my destination. The server restarted and I logged back on, as it restarts every day at 1 o'clock for me. And I got to work. I started hitting some trees, I got the lay of the land, and I got a 2x1 down. It wasn't great because there wasn't really many resources and I was really struggling to find stone nodes. But I eventually got myself a pickaxe and headed a bit away from where I was trying to build and got some stone and came back to see that there was a lovely bloke trying to raid my base with fire arrows. I very quickly engaged with him, he very quickly killed me, and I was sent right back to the beginning of my progression. Well, back to the beach we go. Ow! This dude was one of the guys trying to, or has now raided my base. I'm gonna try and spear him. Okay, dude. But then, as luck would have it, as I made my way over to my lovely little island to be, Rust handed me a little gift. Wait, what? What? Oh, for me? Looks like there was a fight here, huh? We take those. No gun, but love that. This is great. We can recycle this. That'll give me a nice little boosted start. Build my little base on this island. Alright, I recycled everything up. I got some sewing kits, which gave me a bit of cloth. So I've made some stashes here, and I'm just gonna stash the important stuff, like the metal frags, and the scrap, of course. And I'm gonna hide away this kit as well, and some of the meds, and just see if I can get a little foothold on this island and get a start. And then I'll come back for all this, obviously. Oh crap, my mic just fell off. Oh. So things were going well for me on my little island. I had a decent start, I had a little lucky find, and I'd managed to recycle some bits for a good amount of resources. I had a little kit on me that I was going to hide, but first I wanted to explore the island and see what my potential new neighbours were getting up to, or what already lay on the island I could salvage. The answer was a firm nothing, and as I was learning, there wasn't many resources here at all. No trees, and not really many nodes. This was gonna be tough. Alright, I've had a look round. Not much going on the island that's of interest, to be honest. There are a couple of people that live here, but they're currently not online. I'm just going to hide the rest of this kit here. I'm not seeing any trees. That's not good, but it's okay. We can go to the mainland for that. But just going to tuck away the rest of this. There is one interesting thing. There's this clan base over here that I'm running towards right now. Or ex-clan base, as I should say. And it looks as though it's either been raided, or it's decaying, or somewhere in the middle of those two scenarios. I'm not quite sure, but I can see that there's a few turrets on the ground here, but there's one on the roof that I might be able to get to that's turned off. And if there has a gun in it, I can destroy that with some machetes or something and get a free gun. So I'm going to try and do that. Little dude's sleeping. Nothing on him. Oh, that one's on. Couple ladders here, which is very helpful. So someone's clearly been up here, but I don't know if it's been raided or what. But there should be one up here that's off. Yeah, there it is. Anything in here? No. Doesn't look like it. It's off. Does it have a gun? Yes, it does. A python. Gorgeous. I'm gonna use my metal fragments actually. Make some machetes and come and break this. Yeah, good amount of ammo too. That is lovely. That's really going to help the start. Pop that on for good measure. And now we have a weapon. I think it's high time I put work into making a base of my own. Well, good to know those turrets. Ow, those turrets work. This is interesting. See, it looks as if it's been raided, but it isn't. And there's stuff in here. I'd quite like to get my little grubby fingers in there. There is a turret that's on, so I'd have to blow that up, but that's fine. One day, we'll get in there. So, things were looking up for me on my island. I now had my little fingers on a gun, and it was time for me to shift focus and try and get a base down. Like I say, there was precious little resources on this island in the way of wood. A few more nodes than there were wood, but I had to resort to hitting driftwood on the beach to just get what I needed. That was fine, and I managed to get what I did need, and managed to put myself down a little 2x1 in a very cool little area. Oh, I also went back to the decaying base that I'd seen on the island to yoink a few essentials, like a furnace and the tier 1 that was nicely sat on the top of it. Alright, I want to build, and this is like a cool little area. It's like a shelf on the side of the hill here. It's overlooking the water, and you can see the oil rig out there, and I just think it's cool. So I'm going to build here, and I'm hoping there's enough space for it. I have a fun little base design in mind. Nothing special, but one that I like to build. I just need to make sure that I can do it with enough space at the back for honeycomb, which looks like we should be cool. Just put 2 squares here, there and there, and then hopefully we can get the triangle honeycomb out the back. We check. Yep. Sweet as. We will proceed. Gorgeous. Have a go on this. Little 2x1. It's not completely finished yet, but I just went and got the rest of the stuff from the stashes, so I can bang on a couple doors now, and hopefully finish up with stone that I got. I found like one last node on the island. God, it's dark. So we just need this 2 walls and the roof panel there, and then we're all good. Got 1,000 set. 3, 6. Should be fine. And then that guy. Boom. Lovely. And then a door. Yeah, front door. Real nice. And I just need to do the doorway there. Hello? Oh, I already did it. Lovely. Nice. 2 doors. We have a base. A secured base for the most part. And the server's about to restart too, so good timing. And I don't think that'll work as an airlock, but eventually we'll have an airlock anyway. I'm going to spin it around to open on the inside, so people can't see me when I'm opening and closing it from like a distance. Say if they're like in a boat on the water, they won't know that I live here. But nice. A good little start. We'll get cracking to it once the server goes down and comes back up. Yeah. So we're going to get some sulfur here. Yeah, so here's the thing with an island that I kind of forgot. Once you take up residence on the island, you are at the mercy of whoever does live there before you, or as well as you. And I was about to meet those very people that lived on the island with me. And let me tell you, they were a nuisance. Bruh. Kidding me. They did. Come on, bro. I just started. Why you gotta do me like that? Well, that's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna get as much food as I can here just to use for heals. When I'm on land and when I'm down in the labs. So, as you just heard me mumble, my plan was now focused on the underwater labs. I had my Python, and I didn't really want to be on the island for all that long at the moment, considering my neighbors were not super friendly. So I wanted to get underwater, and I wanted to get in the labs to try and get a little more boost on this boosted start that I had already. Luckily, I had found a scuba set, which would be incredibly helpful for me to get down there. Otherwise, I would die. And I was just going to don that, my Python, and just see how it went. Alright, I am ready and geared up. I got my full gear set on that I found. And I got my scuba set, and of course the Python. And as many meds as I could shove in my pockets and I could afford to make. And some food. Right, luckily for where I built, like the underwater labs is just down the beach and straight away from my base. I don't want to waste the diving tank's air because I've no way of refilling it until I get back to base. I'm going to swim all the way on the surface, hope that a boat doesn't come by, and then dive down once I get there. And the server's, like, it wiped yesterday, so it's pretty full. So I am expecting someone to be down there, but I guess we'll just see how this goes. I've just been circling around looking at the best like moon door entrance to enter. I've been watching a lot of Game of Thrones. I don't know what you call that, but it looks like a moon door to me. And also looking to see if I can see anyone or hear anyone. I can't as of yet. So I think I'm just gonna go in this one. Just checking to see if anyone's camping it, but they're not. So we're going in. Chasing me. Ah! Oh god. I may have underestimated this. I didn't know they push you so hard. Med. No! Oh no. That went terribly. I'm going back. Well, me being me, I went in terribly unprepared and didn't realize they pushed you so much now. So I died. But I had enough scrap and I swam straight over to Fishing Village to buy another scuba set. And I went straight back to see if I could salvage this run once and for all. Well, that did not go well, did it? But I'm back. I have no meds, no nothing, and I'm dying. I just have to hope my body's still there and I can get to it without problem. But I think I can see it, and I think it's okay. Thank God it's still here. I would have logged if I had done something as stupid to throw away my easiest python ever. Right, I need to med up, and then I need to explore. Right, medding up here, and I think I just heard someone down here. I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna go have a look. Alright, here we go. Yep. There's a dude. Ow! I think I might have dropped him, but I'm not sure. I need to med again. Might have a friend. Ow, go away, rads. Goodness gracious. Quickly med, and then I'm pushing straight back just in case there is a second one, and he's helping him up. I'm just going to check real quick. Yeah, he should be dead. 0.2 HP, he's downed. He's dead, good. Any friends? Oh! Holy moly! They're both dead. What are they doing? Oh god. Yeah, he should have had me there. GG's, boys. Good stuff. And a flashlight is something I forgot, so cheers, mate. Looks like they've been down there a little bit. Good amount of stuff. Love that. That's a nice win that we needed. A good bump in components. And some extra diving kits as well. We love that. Love that. So a lovely win for past me there. I scrambled up all their loot into my pockets, took anything that they had left inside of the underwater lab. Sadly, I didn't have cards, so I couldn't do any of the locked rooms, but I got what I could. I made it out of there, and I swam home, and I left behind some not so important stuff, but don't worry about all of that. But I made it home safe and sound, and with a skip in my step because I had secured myself a good bunch of components and everything, and a few gear sets to fall back on, and things were looking very swimming and intended for me and my island base. Well, with that fresh win under my belt, I was feeling confident, so I stashed all my stuff at home, put my gear set back on and my scuba set, and swam directly to oil rig, which was being taken at the time. I was feeling myself, and I really thought I could make a play happen. So, I gave it my best shot. But I very quickly died, and very quickly got humbled. I wasn't ready for that yet. So I decided to do something more my speed, and I whipped out the old pickaxe and started farming whilst the sun was rising. This carried on well on into the day, and I was lucky enough to have a few trees spawn on my island, which was very rare, so whenever that happened, I just snapped them up with my axe and took them inside like a little hoarder. I then hit a quick recycle session with some of the components that I had spare from when I'd killed those guys in underwater labs. It wasn't much, but every little helped at this point, and then after that I continued to farm. And one more recycle run later, I was running pretty high on the good resources. So it was about time I crafted up some bean cans and turned my eyes towards the decaying clan base on my island to do that raid that I wanted to do inside the room with the turret. Alright, I'm crafting up some bean cans now. And it's nighttime. But what I want to do in the morning is go and check the mainland, because I haven't actually looked out there to see what's going on, and I want to also try and farm some trees, because although I have a good amount of wood now, I'm going to use that to smelt some things, sulfur and metal, etc., just so I can get this raid done. So off to the mainland I went, and unfortunately it was rather uneventful this time around. I swam over, had a look around, decided there was not much going on, and just dedicated my time to farming sulfur, and mostly forgot about farming trees. I then went out to sea to try and get a few more resources that I needed. This didn't last long as I got sniped in the head. Yippee. So I just respawned on my outside bag, ran to Lighthouse with just my rock in my hands to get a bit more scrap. I was really close to getting a tier 2 at this point, which I desperately needed for meds and guns, so I just dedicated my time to doing that. So just got sniped in the head at sea, which was not super fun. Just spawned in here, and I've come to Lighthouse, and I'm just going to grab everything that I can see whilst it's respawned and just recycle everything because I'm very close to a tier 2. I need 500 scrap for that. And I'm on about 400 or so. 390, something like that. So I'm going to grab what I can and try my best to get a tier 2 down before I do this raid. Because there's also, I want to make a flamethrower and head over on the mainland, because on my little excursion out in the mainland farming sulfur and the wood that I was supposed to get, which I forgot to do, I saw a lot of wooden doors, and there was one especially with double wooden doors that I thought was quite interesting. So I'm going to grab a flamethrower and try and raid that, because if you didn't know, to flame raid a single wooden door versus a double wooden door is incredibly cheaper. So whenever I see a base with a double wood door, I always make it a point to try and flame raid that, because I know it'd be super cheap. But yeah, really close to a tier 2. That's going to be my plan. I should actually have enough now with all of this. Alright, we've made it home with everything we need for the tier 2, I believe. We'll bang this away. And then let's get crafting. Alright, tier 2 down and flamethrower cooked. And I've also made myself a semi-rifle because, like I said at the beginning, I have all the BPs on this server, which is why I love it. And I'm making some mystics as well. And then come morning time, we're going to go to the mainland and try to flame raid the double wood door bases I saw. Alright, because I'm impatient, I left my base in the middle of the night. Everything was crafted, so I just figured, why not go now? And here it is. This is the base, although the sun's just coming up, as you can see. Double door, and oh, I fell off. Lovely. So, double door. I'm going to show you, if you don't know how, to do this super cheap. All you have to do is get 2 sources of fire down. So, like, one on the right, one on the left, like that. There's 3 there, and it will do, like, almost double damage to the door. And if you do it right, you can do a double door in like 20 low-grade fuel, which is crazy as compared to like the 80 or 90 that it takes for a single door. It's pretty good, but you can see it just eats through the door. But I actually don't think this is gonna do it. Oh, it will. Yeah, real nice. What do we got behind the oh, there's a twig roof. I didn't even see that. What the hell? I actually did not see that. Damn. Well, oh well. Only used 28 fuel for that. Alright, the door's down. Let's see what we got in there. Once the flames go out. Please don't be a shotgun trap. Ah! Oh, a note? What does the note say? I hate how you can't drag the note down when it's in the inventory like that. We'll just take it and we'll have a look. Easy raid, noob. Griefing. Oh. Does that mean that he's been raided already? I mean, that's clearly what that means. So I'm going to check behind this door anyway. But I think this is a dud. Yeah, it's not looking promising there, Chief. That's the front door, and yep, there's nothing. Lovely. Well, that's what he gets for being a door camper, I suppose. And that's what I get for not fully checking the base. No dramas. There was another wood base that I wanted to try and raid, but they've actually built up since me being over here and then me running back with the flamethrower. So I'm not going to be able to flame raid them, but maybe I'll be able to get some kits off them, because they're very active in there. Alright, I didn't do that. I ran home and I put my flamethrower away, and I'm itching to get into the base, the clan base where I got my python from in the beginning. So I'm going to cook up the old satchels here, and we're going to run over and do that. I think the dudes on my island are AFK or offline now, so this is prime time to do that, because they have AKs and they just snipe me from their roof. But I'm going to cook up, I need 4 for the door, and then 2 for the turret. So I'm gonna take 7, I think, or minimum obviously 6, but maybe 7 because I'm scared one might dud. Whoever placed this ladder, I hate you. But here we are. I've been really wanting to get in here ever since I poked my nose in here at the beginning. And here we are. Lob these on and let's get in there. Hopefully this happens quick because there's a lot of people online on the mainland. And I don't want them to get over here and steal my loot. Alright, door's down. Let's see if this turret has ammo. There it is. Oh! Boom. If he's dead, I'm screwed. One down. Ow! It has ammo. If it's duds, I'll cry. Nice. No dud? Oh. I missed. You hate to see it. I'm gonna go home and make some Molotovs and lob them at that. And we'll see where we get with that. Molotovs acquired. We're back. And I'm gonna burn it to death. Here you go, mister. Yeah, he does not like that, judging by those noises. Should be dead pretty quick. I think it was on like 152 health or something. Oh yeah, there he goes. Love that. What loot have we got? Oh yeah, we weren't gonna drain that, boys. Oh, that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. Good. Yeah, that's a lot of loot. Honestly, I don't know what I was expecting. Well, I do know what I was expecting from that. I was expecting gear sets and like odds, bits and bobs. But this much gear sets and this much ammo is gorgeous. So really pleased with that. Alright, I think that's all we're going to get out of here until it decays or I raid it. But that was always successful, I'd say. Now, I've got my eyes turned to that dude over there. I want to raid the one right next to him because I think that will be loaded. It also minorly looks raided, but I think it would be worth a risk, just in case it isn't. But I'd also like to raid that guy because I know he has at least a Tommy. That's what he shot at me with. What guy? What Tommy? What shot at me with? What are you talking about, Keyworth? Well, let me educate you. When I was over on the mainland farming sulfur a little while ago, if you remember, I ran into a man with a Thompson who shot at me for literally no reason. It was really lovely of him. There you go, there's me getting shot. And I managed to evade him in a bush. He wasn't the smartest. But what I did notice was he lived in a base right next to another base that looked kind of juicy. It's a 2x2, and if you know anything about me, you know that I love raiding 2x2s. And it had one door open, one door closed, and with that door that's like see-through, so you can see through it. Obviously that's what see-through means. And I could see a bunch of loot. So I really wanted to raid that base right next to him, and I saw that he lived in the base directly opposite. So I was going to grab a kit, and I was going to go over and investigate. Alright, here I am. And here's his base. He did have wood doors on, like last I checked was like half an hour ago. Maybe not even that. 10, 20 minutes ago? But he's built up since then. I was going to flame raid him, like online raid him with some Molotovs, because I'm yet to do that, and it sounds really fun, but here's their base now. There's the base on the right that I want to raid with the open doors, but looks like this guy will be out of my price range at the moment. But I'm sure there's more than two, and I'm sure they're online. So maybe I can coax them out to try and get some kits. I don't know. I know one is Tommy, and I'd like to take that from him. But let's see what they do when they hear me out here. Well, they heard me all right, and they came to their roof. And with more than just a Tommy. this is great and everything that I'm killing them, but I actually don't have a ladder on me, or wood, or a way to get up to the roof. So I can't get his gear set, but I'm going to see what guns they've dropped here. An M92. Yuck. Oh, MP5. Not so yuck. I'm just going to make off with these, because I don't really need their gear sets, and I highly doubt he has a row of rockets on him, so I don't really care about the rest of the loot. But thanks for the guns. Considering he shot at me for no reason, I'll take that as a win, and I'll leave them to it from now on. But I do want to come back and raid that 2x2 with the open doors that I can see through. So that'll be my plan as soon as I can. But I also would like to take this Tommy actually to the underwater labs first, because it'll be way easier than with a Python. So yeah. And once I eventually made up my mind, I went straight to underwater labs with my newly acquired Thompsons that I had got from the raid. So I had figured doing underwater labs with a Thompson would be heaps easier than with a Python, because I died the first time with the Python, and I probably wouldn't have died if I had the automatic weapon. So, as I was swimming there, all of this was going through my mind, and I was preparing for a fight with people in there, but nothing could really prepare me for what I actually walked into. Huh? What the hell, dude? He's so loaded. They've literally done it every room in here, I think. That is insane, and they just stood there AFK, bro. Oh, that is the biggest fumble in history, and I know a thing or two about fumbling. God damn, don't worry, boys. This loot will be put to good use. Wow. I don't know what I was expecting coming here, but it was not this. That is for sure. I'm looting up and I'm getting out of here. See you later, boys. Well, one incredibly lucky encounter and one incredibly dark swim home later, I was filled to the brim with loot and gear sets, and I was full of glee. Everything was going my way right now. The raid that I wanted to do was a success. Mind you, the flame raid wasn't. And I just got a bunch of gear sets. I was on the come up, and I had my eye on a juicy or potentially juicy raid right next to some people that were online, which I had got gear sets from, which was revenge for them shooting me for no reason. Island life was treating me well, and I was hoping to continue this trend upwards by going over to that 2x2 and raiding it. But first, while riding this high, I took some components that I just scored from those dudes over to the recycler at the lighthouse on my island to try and recycle to get myself a tier 3. I was feeling good and there was nothing that could stop me. Fucking... Except of course my roof camping kind of island neighbours that just roof camp the recycler at Lighthouse all day. But it's fine. I wasn't mad. I needed that stuff. At least I needed to recycle that stuff. But keeping my head high, I headed to the mainland where I'd seen an airdrop land in this specific area and a little man running away from it.
Well, looks like you get to loot them. C4 and but I get a pickup at least.
Sorry, I don't have time. That free C4 could not have come at a better time, if I'm honest, because I was toying in my mind back and forth whether or not it would be worth it to go through this 2x2 that I wanted to raid next to the guys that I got the MP5 and M92 off of, or not. I didn't really want to spend the little resources I had gathered from my island on that door, but with the free C4, this really swayed my hand and my viewpoint, and I decided to go ahead and use it, and don't judge me here, on the door at the front, just to see if it was worth it, because then I could pick my way through the backwards wall on the other side. Yes, I know using a C4 on a door is wasteful. No, I don't care. Sue me. So, wasting no time, I grabbed my C4, headed straight over to the base that I wanted to raid, lobbed it on the door, and made my way to Outpost to get myself a jackhammer to blast my way through the backwards wall. Looking very juicy in there, boys. Now I just need a jackhammer for this wall, and I'll have to go to Outpost for that. And I get to use some zip lines too. I haven't really used them yet. Honestly, I'm so far behind the curve, it's kind of disgusting. Whee! I barely use these. They're kind of fun, I gotta tell you. Anyway, I got my jackhammer and stuff from Outposts, and I did a bit of gambling and lost it all. Classic. So now I'm going to head home and start picking the backwards wall that I blasted through, and hopefully there'll be a fat load of loot in there. We'll see, I guess. Alright, before I look at any of the loot, I'm going to get myself a door and an airlock on. But it's looking good, boys. Oh! Okay, never mind. I just planted wood, but... Oh! It's looking real juicy. Maybe some wood doors. Love that. We'll bosh these on, and then we'll check the loot. Oh! Okay, we don't need wood doors. Get rid of them. Sheet metal. And we'll see. I think this is actually loaded. Quite seriously loaded. So I saw all that. That's cool. I saw all that. I mean, not much guns. A Tommy. A bunch of components, which is awesome. This is well worth it. Well worth it. Metal frags in there. Holy moly. Wasn't expecting that. And 9 diesel too. Now these, all of these. Sign there, of course. Yep, love that. Yep, love that. And we love food too. It's incredibly, incredibly worth it. No scrap though. Oh wait, yeah. 23 scrap, not great. 300 high qual, which is crazy. Yeah, the only thing they don't have that I really needed was scrap. Well, once again, my instincts about 2x2s were correct and paid off in spades for this one. I came back absolutely loaded with important loot, and my favorite part about this was the 300 high qual, and we got extra guns and little bits like that. It was an incredibly worth it raid for one C4 that I didn't pay for, and one jackhammer that only cost me one journey to outpost. What an amazing outcome. Couldn't have asked for anything better from that. So to celebrate, I fortified my internal part of the base up with high quality metal, and I got to sorting out all my loot into my main boxes. And then straight after that, thanks to my resource bump from this raid, I decided to finish up my base on the external design. I was kind of winging this one, but it was going a way that I enjoyed, so I just kind of kept rolling with the punches on my build design. And then, as I was doing this, I had a lovely little visit. So, I've just come over to the base that I raided for all the guns, the clan base down here. It's decaying now, finally. And I've noticed something quite interesting through here. You see this? Through here, a bunch of loot and a backwards wall. And I now have a bunch of jackhammers at my disposal. So I'm going to use one of them and then some pickaxes to get my way through there to see if there... Because there should be a bunch of loot in there. I actually don't think it was raided. So I'm going to work my way through raiding it, eco-raiding it where I can, and then just blowing off some doors, I think, if I get too impatient. But that's what we're going to do. But I'm just finishing up my base design now, getting the last bits of stone I need, and then we'll do that. And I think I just heard someone outside, if I'm honest. Oh, the little feet. Oh, yeah. Ow. Got it! That was dreadfully rude of them, wasn't it? Just a man trying to finish his base, guys. Oh, lovely little loot delivery. We take those. Let's get the bloody life out of me, boys, though. Come on. How are we doing that? What you got? Woohoo! A whopping loot delivery. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna go pick out that wall now after that little scare. Right, I left it really low HP and I came back because, one, I could see a shotgun trap behind there, and two, the server started really lagging for me, and I didn't want to risk dying to it to, like, lag or something. So I've brought myself a gun to shoot it out and see if a Molotov will work as well. But yeah, this lag's kind of killer. Holy moly. Now that's a lot of juice. Ooh. Great. Yeah, great. God damn. This base will be fucking loaded. I honestly don't know what to take. I'm coming back, but... this Christ. Well, that was a lot of loot. Once I did that, I logged off, and then it became the next day, and then I went sulfur farming, and I ranged all my loot, and I just started cooking up all my sulfur, and I realized I had a lot of sulfur. I also made myself a tier 3, and I bonked that down in my base, and the server was drawing to a close because it's a weekly wipe cycle, and I was deciding what I wanted to do, and the only conclusion I could come to was that 1, I obviously wanted to give my base away and find someone worthy of that, and 2, I wanted to finish off the raid of what I was just doing in that base, the one that I just picked and got all the loot from, because I figured if that stuff is upstairs, then downstairs is going to be hella loaded. So that was what I was focused on. I wanted to just get 64 because I'd kind of done the math and figured there could only be 3 doors left, and provided that they were armored doors, 64 would get me to TC. So that was my goal. I was cooking up sulfur like a madman, and I went out to find someone worthy of all my loot. What? The server's dying down now. This is the last day I will play. But luckily we have, as I've said, outlived everyone on the island. So the island is now ours. It is now mine. Yummy. And it feels good to have this whole island. Especially from when I started. Like, it feels really nice to have succeeded. I was contemplating changing servers like at the very beginning. But I'm glad I stuck with it. That just kind of goes to show that Rust is a game of persistence, everyone. Especially if you're solo. Persist, and you'll eventually get what you want. And what I wanted was this island. Cool base location too. Really enjoyed it. Hey. Put your hands up.
Hello, bro.
Hi. Do you live around here?
What do you want?
What do I want?
No. I live on the beach. Repeat.
Oh, are you a solo player? Are you on your own? Or do you have friends?
I have friend, but he now in offline.
Okay, well...
the boat on the beach.
I'm gonna message you in chat.
Here,
in
guy.
I'll
On
message you in
15.
chat soon, and then I'm gonna give you my base, okay? You in here? Hey, it's me. Use that.
Yeah, I know.
Wanna come with me? We're gonna raid a base together. So, like you just heard me say, I had found someone that I wanted to give all of my loot to. He was brand new to Rust, he had 30 hours in game. And I had decided that it would be fun to raid this last base on my island on my own. But it might also be even more fun to do it with someone who could appreciate all the loot as well. And that was this guy. So I brought him over to my island, I got him geared up, I cooked all the C4, and we ran over to the base, and we set to raiding it.
Not so bad again.
Whew, underneath the tier 3 is really good. I don't think that's going to be enough, but we'll see. Oh yeah, it was. Wow.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bro. It's very good. I can take scrap or no?
Take whatever you want. I'm just trying to come out of the way. I need to break TC. Come in here. There we go. Alright, this is all yours.
It's all mine?
Yeah, all yours.
What? Bro, thank you.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was indeed that. I gave him all the loot from that raid, and of course all the loot in my base, as I took him back and he had a friend, and I gave him all the locks to my doors and he put on code locks. They took all of the loot from the raid, which was in this box here and the one behind it, and all the loot from in my base, and I assume they had a great time with it. They were really lovely people and I'm glad to give it to them, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, if not a dislike like I said at the beginning. If you have a moment, please do leave a comment. It really does help my channel. And if you're new around here, consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And to these guys, if they managed to ever see this video, you were very pleasant and I hope you had a very good time with all the loot that I gave you. Please, guys, continue to just live life and enjoy it, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, take it easy, guys. Peace.